is combining a little bit of symbolism and algebra together. So this represents Alex, this represents Betty, and this represents Chris. So the only tangible number we have to start with is we know that Chris gives Alex 10 marbles. So to start with, let's just call Chris X. And we know that Chris gives away 10 marbles. So we're going to minus 10 here, and we know that he gives those 10 marbles to Alex. So we're just going to add a plus 10 over here. So we can actually cross this line completely out. We're done with that. Okay, so the next, let's talk about Alex. Alex gives Betty 2/7 of his marbles. So I'm going to draw a nice little pie here. Cut it up. Alright, so he is going to keep, if he gives away 2/7, he has to keep 5/7. And I'm representing that in green. Okay, so if he is keeping 5/7, and at the end we know that he's got these 10 extra marbles, he has to end up with 30 altogether. So 30 minus 10 gives you 20. So these green pieces here have to equal 20 marbles. So 20 divided by 5 must make each of these 4. And because they're all equal parts, the 2 that he gives away also has to equal 4. Okay. Now, Betty, we can actually, well, let's cross Alex's line off. So Betty gives Chris 2/5 of her marbles. So let's draw a pie for that. So if she gives away 2/5, we know that she has to keep 3/5. We're going to represent that amount in red. Alright, if that's all she has left at the end, we know that each piece has to be 10 because it has to equal 30. Now, Alex did give Betty his 2/5, so included in this is the 8 that he gave her, included in that. So, she kept the 3 red slices. She gives away the parts that aren't shaded. So, she's going to give Chris 20. So, now we're going to find our originals. Well, if we set this equal to 30, because in the end, after he's given away 10 and he gets 20, he still has to have 30. So x minus 10 plus 20 is going to be x plus 10 equals 30 minus 10, so x equals 20. So originally, he's going to have 20. Alright. Originally, up here, Alex gained 10. That was his only shift. He gave some away, but he gained 10. So this is his original pie. So if we count these up, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 times 7 gives us 28. So originally, he only had this pie. Before he gave any pieces away, before he got any, he only had this. So that means he had 28 marbles to start with. Over here, Betty, remember this 8 is included in this pie before she gave any away. So she had 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, but she gained 8. So we have to subtract that 8 to get what she had to start with, and that gives us 42. So I always like to check my work. So if we know that everybody ended up with 30, we know that 30, 60, 90 total. They shifted, but they still have to have 90. So if you add all these numbers up, you do in fact get 90 marbles.